probably those personal development courses you took probably helped give you the confidence, right, to make that leap and ultimately go out into your
Well,
music career or
yeah,
whatever you want to call it.
yeah, but also you don't always have to go cold turkey, right? You don't, it's not always a binary condition. So I didn't wake up one morning and say, I'm quitting my job and I'm going to have a career as a musician. I just said, I'll take 6 months off
Yeah.
and I'll do music. Now it ended up expanding into a year and a half of music. And I didn't let go of the actuarial stuff. So I was consulting. Had quit my job, but I needed money, right?
Hmm.
So I didn't want to just burn all my savings through in 6 months. So what I did is I went to my contacts in Australia and I said, I'm available for hire. Do you need a pair of hands? I got really good work. I was 28 years old and I'm getting paid $100 to $150 an hour. I remember thinking back then, this is like 25 years ago, $150 an hour to work from home,
Yeah.
to consult. This was amazing. And that funded me, my
Okay.
ability to start this new business. I also kept hold of that for at least a year while I was coaching because I needed something on the side. The day I stopped with my actuarial clients was a huge day, but I held on to that lifeline for a year until I resigned. And that was scary. That I felt like I didn't have too much of a net because what if the business didn't work? But I thought I could probably go back and beg and get back to it. I had another pivot again. Oh, also when I moved to Bali, say 5 years ago. That wasn't like a permanent life change. I just said again, what would I do if I could do anything I want for 6 months? And I went deeper. I said, what if I only had 6 months to live? I think it's a great question. And listeners, I challenge you each to answer that today. If you had 6 months to live, what would you do with your time? And my answer at that time was, I'd spend more time in Bali. I love it and I missed it and I want to get back. So I went to Bali for just 2 months. And then while I was there, this might remind you of the guitar story because I didn't commit. I just 2 months. And while I was there, people said, do you live here? And I wanted to see what it would be like to say yes. Like, what would it feel like? So I started saying yes. And you know what? It felt pretty good. So my girlfriend and I ended up breaking up for other reasons. And I came home, sold all of my stuff, and got 2 suitcases, and I moved to Bali. So, might look later like, wow, what bold decisions. You resigned as an actuary and became an entertainer. And then you quit and became a coach. And then, you moved countries. Even when I moved to the States the second time, I didn't say, bye, everybody. I'm leaving my girlfriend and my life and I'm moving to the States. I just said, I'm going to travel for 2 months. It wasn't until I got to California, the thought occurred to me that I didn't have to go home ever because I had my wallet,
Mm-hmm.
I had my laptop, and I just broken up with my girlfriend. The only other thing tying me to Australia was I was paying rent. So I did a deal with my girlfriend. I'll pay the rent for the next 3 months. Then you take over the lease. I'll come back. We'll work out, keep my stuff, use my stuff. When I come back, we'll work out what to do with it. And I didn't go home. That was my move to the US. So I've actually accidentally done a lot of things. And what I hope people can take out of this story is you don't always have to take that white knuckling decision. There are often ways that you can dip your toe into the water and see how it feels before you make the plunge.